Hey, this is Notser, and this is Untitled. This week I'm going to talk about the Missouri release. How did that work out? There was slight controversy, but I'll address that. I just want to inform you. I don't have any dog in this race. I also want to talk loosely about how premium ships are released and what does that entail for you. You should get an idea how long it takes between a community contributor having access to something and actually getting the content out to you, and then very soon after you actually having the ability to purchase it or decide if you don't want to purchase it. And then finally, I want to talk about, I don't know, just something random. So, the Missouri was released. It's extremely popular on the North American realm. I've seen a buttload of them. Why do I see that? Well, it's a famous ship. It's where World War II ended. It has been a participant in most American wars since World War II. So it makes sense that North Americans would like it, right? The Americans specifically. I don't know how Canadian... I wonder what Canadians would really draw themselves to. It is a famous ship, though. Just like the Bismarck, just like Yamato. These are ships that are legendary in history, and people want to have some bit of that historical significance to experience. The credit income is honestly probably a bonus for North Americans, just because of the nature of the ship. There's obviously there are people who really appreciate it, but for North America, it's much easier to justify that purchase because of the significance. I doubt very seriously that that exists in EU, Russia, or Southeast Asia. I believe the primary reason for the purchase in those regions would be purely credit. And that's completely fine. I don't care. I mean, as long as it's in game for people to check out, that's really all that matters. You can decide whatever you want. Now, 750,000 free XP is a buttload. It's really a buttload, but the credit income is also a buttload. You will make an extraordinary amount of credits. I am so wealthy now just because of this one ship. Play it once or twice per day, and all of a sudden you can pay for basically an entire day's worth of games. It's really fun to play too. It has radar. I like radar. It's not going to be as effective as it is right now, I'm afraid. Just the nature of it. People just... A battleship with radar? No one expects that. Now, I just want to address the way the ship was released. It was a complete shock and surprise for North America, obviously for EU as well. The only difference is that the EU guys did not get it before the NDA was lifted. We got it about a day or two before the NDA was lifted, I believe, or a couple days. It was very close to it. That's not normally how the NDA works. Usually, I get access to a ship, like the Graph, and we've got plenty of weeks to collect information, footage, so we could create a video that is compelling to you. That's usually what goes down. It did not go down for the Missouri, and I don't know why they did it. Maybe they said, you know what, December 7th is a good day to release it, because it is a good day to release it. Honestly, as an American, I just assumed that was the day they were going to release it. Free publicity, free people thinking, you know what, Pearl Harbor, American Navy, oh, we could actually sell the ship. That's just what I would assume they would do. And that's what they ended up doing. However, it seemed like nobody knew they were going to do that until they actually did it. So that's why some EU guys were complaining. Rightfully so. They didn't deserve that experience. NA guys didn't deserve that experience. Thankfully, we were given the ship at least a day before the NDA was lifted. But it was way too close for even most of us. I didn't even have the video ready. I didn't even consider making the video. And all of a sudden I'm going, oh, you know what? Let's just lift it. NDA is over. We're releasing it right now. Okay. So I dropped everything and I made that video. That ultimately was my impressions video. Conveniently, it had me using radar, and it was a pretty interesting game. Of course, I just released another one showing off just what a super carry can really give you, and it's a fun game either way. I mean, that Missouri game with $1 million income, that's a dream. Now that you have an idea of how that particular ship was released, I want to just discuss in vague detail how a usual premium ship comes to the community contributors. They create the content, it goes out to you, and then probably a week or two later, some region decides to put it on sale. So first of all, I have a wargaming employee who has direct contact with everyone in their region. I have North America, obviously, because I'm in North America. EU guys have EU, Russian guys have Russians, the Southeast Asia have Southeast Asia. Makes sense, right? And these guys are basically trying to make the community the best they can, whatever their region is. NA guys have no control over the EU, same with Southeast Asia, same with Russian. They all have different events, and that's why some get better and some get worse. It's just the way it goes. So anyway, my wargaming rep says, you know what, we've got something special. We're going to allow you to check out something cool. And we're all excited, all the North American, oh, what ship are they going to let us play? And then they give it to us in either the press account or my main account. It really depends on what is easy for stats and data. Either way, it's all automatically removed whenever the ship is fully available. Now, sometimes the rep will be nice enough and decide, okay, we actually want you to have access to the ship for a longer duration. Maybe we're changing something. They'll leave it in the account and that sort of thing. But the ship is added to the account. I'm allowed to play it. They will tell me pretty much you can gather B-roll, which for anyone who doesn't know what B-roll is, you have your A-roll. It's the primary way you're telling your story or creating your content. Be that the point of view in mine, or two people talking in a scene, and the B-roll is more like showing off the merchandise. It's like whenever you see someone talk about a video card or a computer and they cut to just a full screen of whatever the product is, and it's sort of a, I don't want to say sexy, but they're sort of making you fall in love with the product. That's B-roll. And that's what we're allowed to produce. Sometimes that is only because they expect large, major changes to occur to the ship before it's released. So any video is irrelevant. The stats are going to change too much. Either the range, the torpedoes, whatever. AA, there's no reason to have it. I have very old footage of the British cruisers, and it has HE on it. It's completely irrelevant. They honestly don't want me to show that because it never passed to be fully released. So I get footage for German destroyers, and I'm collecting it, and I'm playing it, and I'm hoping that they don't change it too much, because there are great games, and I really enjoy them. At some point in the near future, they're going to say, alright, German destroyers, you are allowed to release content on the German destroyers. That could be 2 months from now, 2 years from now. Obviously, it's not going to happen. But eventually, they're going to give me the go-ahead to release that content. Sometimes it's very close to the release, sometimes it's very far away. Now for a premium, I usually get 2 weeks to create a video or whatever package you might have in your content creation. They will say a date, a time. Usually it is UTC related because obviously this is global. And then I will be able to launch it. Sometimes that is coinciding with my normal release schedule and then I'll just go ahead. Other times, it's delayed, or it's too far apart that I can't do it. Conveniently, for the last probably 2 months worth of content, they have released right before I go live with my stream. I can do my stream, show off exactly what's going on, and a lot of people appreciate that. They know what they're about to get into. Maybe the region is about 6 hours away from updating, that sort of thing. So the premium comes out. It is on sale at some point in some store, whatever region happens to be. They like to try and get a new ship to go on sale every 2 to 3 weeks, in my opinion. They basically like 2 new premiums a month. Sometimes those are completely new ships, sometimes they're reskins, but you get the general idea. That must mean that the Missouri coming out recently probably means that in the near future there will be another ship, possibly mid to late December. This is just me getting used to release dates and paying attention. I'm not telling you any information that I have extra. I'm just going off of historical. It could change tomorrow. Probably not. I think they're finding a lot of success, honestly, with this release date. I feel like it works well. I have had a lot of content that you can enjoy recently, and I hope to continue that. I really appreciate all the enthusiasm around my content. I really enjoy talking to you in YouTube and in the stream chat. It's really fun. If you hear a community contributor talk about a premium ship that they have and you don't have it, it's a good safe bet that it's going to be less than a month. It might even be a shorter time span between whenever you get a chance to play it or a chance to purchase it and that person making content for it. It's especially safe whenever you see a video go live for unreleased content that it's going to come pretty quickly. That's to drive up enthusiasm, get people thinking about buying it, that sort of thing. So, my third thing is, I don't really have a third thing. The only thing I would like to say is I really appreciate everyone being so kind and enthusiastic with the content. I've tried to cover things that I don't usually cover. I've got a couple British cruisers that I still need to discuss. Same with the Japanese destroyers, and I will do that. There are some great games also from the stream that are just piling up. People have asked to do more Anchors Away, and maybe I'll do 1 or 2 of them. That is a lot of work, but it's really enjoyable, clearly. I've been doing this for a long time at this point. So, what else on the horizon? Well, I stream 3 nights a week, World of Warships. I could add a 4th. I could add a 5th, a 6th. It's usually just an excuse for me to talk to people who have the same interest. I also don't really stream, except for Sunday, at a convenient time for North America and even the Southeast Asia. So, people were excited to talk about games that they loved playing, Battlefield 1942, Half-Life, Medal of Honor, that sort of thing. And I really like old games, like old PC games. I would love to just play an old PC game like once in a while on the stream, have people share great stories, that sort of thing. And I know it's not YouTube content, but it's still fun content. I don't know. It's just for fun, talking about it. Either way, it couldn't be going better. Everything's going great. I really appreciate all the support. I hope this was enjoyable. Hopefully you learned a little bit about exactly how things are released. I hope it will be useful for the future. German destroyers, right? It's going to be a while for them. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.